Hello guys and gals, welcome back to Blend and Chat. So today we're going to Good People Coffee in Los Angeles, and I don't think really that they're good people, and I don't think it's good coffee. That's just because I think they're great people with great coffee. So there's only one way to find out. Let's go check it out.
We have a bigger story here than just making fun drinks. Our philosophy is this: once you fall in love with our drink menu, and once you fall in love with what we're doing, then you'll understand that we have a cause. And then you'll understand that when we start introducing you to things, if you trusted, if your palate trusted us, your heart will trust us.
Hello everyone, this is Chuck.
Hi, I'm Chuck Herrera of Good People Coffee Co.
I was saying that, I was like, it's not good people and it's not good coffee, it's great people with great coffee.
Aw,
so,
you're sweet.
Literally everyone here is so amazing, so nice. The coffee's fantastic because people know what they're doing. You had mentioned that the coffee comes with good people.
Yes.
And I think there's definitely like a testament to that. You have found it.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, fun fact actually. So before I even met Chuck, before I even found out about Good People Coffee, I went to CoffeeCon earlier this year, and I actually had already filmed him doing a demonstration in my previous video, the coffee convention in Los Angeles. And then I was like, you look really familiar.
Stir in figure eights until the edges until you no longer feel any resistance on the bottom.
CoffeeCon's fun. It's been my my second year in Los Angeles, and I did my first year in New York with them.
How did you come up with Good People Coffee?
The name of the shop kind of came up much after we had decided to buy this space. I knew I wanted to open a coffee shop about 4 years ago. What I did was I put myself in places to learn particular aspects of running a coffee shop, from understanding high volume and how to be able to manage a line out the door, so to speak. Being able to be in other places, learning the culture here in West LA, learning how coffee is drank out here. When I found this particular location about a year ago, I knew what I wanted to do with it. I didn't have a name yet. Being Latin, I have like this way of referencing where they're good people. In Spanish we would say es buena gente. El fulano de tal es buena gente. Yeah, and so buena gente is just, in Latin culture, it's you get the pass, like that person is good people. It almost feels more like kind of like a street thing, kind of like a hood people. And yeah, and it's just, to a certain extent, I would probably say that a lot of the street side bleeds into like how we do coffee, but because we almost jokingly say like there's no barrier between the street and our shop. It's like, come as you are.
We're out here in these streets.
And it is a street, and there it's still part of the street.
I was here a few weeks ago, and then you guys had done like a really intimate tasting because you wanted to see what worked and what you're going to add to your menu, and it was a really, really great experience. And I really loved all the drinks, but you had said something that really resonated with me, and that was if someone takes the time out of their day to come and sit down and have coffee, then then I'm going to take the time to like make them the best cup of coffee that I can.
I think particularly because this location where we're on a busy street, but we also know that there's certain hours that parking out here is not available. You have to get out of your car, you're gonna have to find somewhere to park. It's LA, and so kind of all these things I felt like kind of got lost in hospitality. And the night that you came to the drink competition, it stems from the way we actually started doing our menu here at the shop. When we opened up here, it had already been an existing coffee house. It needed a new vibe. It needed a new menu. It needed a lot of things, really. My first menu was super simple. It just said espresso and milk, Chemex, cold brew, tea, and jar blah blah blah, which is literally like we would do like chia pudding, different foods, put it in a jar and sell it. But then people were like, oh, do you have a vanilla latte? I do. Can we make this? I can make it. And whatever you wanted to make, we'd make it. If it wasn't on the menu, we wouldn't make it for you. So rather than having a heavy wordy menu or that traditional menu you're going to see at every coffee house, we wanted to see what the community wanted.
But speaking as everybody, it's a community.
There's so many people behind the scenes of what we do that if anything, I think kind of will segue about why I got into coffee, because I'm not that guy that was doing coffee through college and then decided that loved that more than my degree. I'm still a designer, graphic designer, photographer for years. On my free time, I would spend a lot of time doing volunteer work, teaching music to underprivileged kids in very underprivileged communities, predominantly Hispanic. Being able to give back like that allowed me to eventually in 2013 make my way to Africa. Experiencing coffee in Nairobi, in the capital of Kenya, and how disconnected it was from the farms and how they weren't even getting their beans made me realize that we have this culture that I mean, Starbucks really did an amazing job of getting everybody into the idea that you need to walk around with a cup of coffee. That's what's up. Because of them, like, I can do what I do. So to kind of like wrap that up, we have a bigger story here than just making fun drinks.
Yeah,
our philosophy is this: once you fall in love with our drink menu, and once you fall in love with what we're doing, then you'll understand that we have a cause. And that you'll understand that when we start introducing you to things, if your palate trusted us, your heart will trust us. And you'll know that, hey, so I'm headed to Brazil and I'm gonna be working with this farm and this is the family we're working with. I'd like to take this for them. Would you guys love to raise some money with me? There are people that have far less than you and I that are picking the cherries that you and I drink.
I wish there were more people like you. Like, I don't know a lot about coffee, and so as I have this channel and stuff, it's really also the journey of me expanding my knowledge of just like the coffee world, just everything behind it, from the farmers, just like the whole process and everything. And it's really been extremely rewarding in ways that I didn't think it would be when I thought, oh, I like coffee, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel about coffee, and like, that's it. If you were to paint a picture of the future of Good People Coffee, what does that look like to you?
There's, I think, 3 major goals that we have, and I think that they all have like their own subcategory. 2 of them are definitely in growth. One of them is that we would definitely love, with the right kind of partnership and friendships, to open a second location in New York and just be on the other side.
Yeah.
We've already thought of a clever name of Good People 2, TOO.
Yeah.
And with having that same sentiment of developing and fostering relationships on that side. We would love to eventually start roasting, but not be a kind of competition roaster, rather being that steady roast profiles that we know work really good for our milk drinks, for our vanilla drinks, for what tend to be our high sellers. And so really oversee the quality of that. Hey buddy, where you going? That I think would have to be along married with what is our I guess the philanthropist dream that we have, to be able to do programs where we adopt a coffee farm for an extended period of time.
That's awesome.
This is like the opportunities where we like to share about the backstory of what we're trying to do, because the menu is always fun. You can see that on Yelp. You know, if you want to kind of catch the fun vibes of us, you know, that's what our Instagram is about. We keep it light and fun. We do mean well, and we have a heart for our farmers, and we have a heart for these people that are just giving it all. What made the major shift of me almost even giving up a manager position to focus more on bar work was after visiting a farm in Nicaragua 2.5 years ago, and I was like, almost like looking at a coffee tree and like, I'm sorry, I got into management again. I will dedicate myself back to the coffee. You know, little by little, we'll get to those things, and visiting the farms for me was just a real reminder that there's people on the other side. Let me pull up a picture on my phone that I keep as a reminder.
Wow.
And it's just a reminder that those are the hands that picked my coffee. No, they don't look like this. These are privileged hands.
Yeah, that's very revealing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This is a really awesome experience, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in for more videos. Oh, we'll see you later. Bye.